Hello all and welcome, and I am the MGTOW philosopher. And in this video, I would like to talk about the news this week, namely the Marxist news, the cultural Marxist news. Now, I had thought about calling it the feminist news because in this news I'm going to talk about a lot of feminism, but because all feminism really is cultural Marxism. It's just Marxism, that's all it is. But I thought that might be confusing to some people because, could sound like a promotion of feminism in the title, and we do not want people to be promoting feminism in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to look at some of the recent news stories that are all about feminism from the bastion of feminism, which is The Guardian. And this piece of shit rag is the epicenter of feminist news. This rag is entirely 100%, you could call it gynocentric. It is all about women. It is all about feminism. It is a pussified rag that panders to women. And in this video, I want to show you what the world has degenerated into by showing you just how gynocentric it has become. I mean, look at all this news. That is feminist claptrap nonsense. And they even use all the feminist buzzwords and shit. It's hilarious. Number one, women in all parts of the UK should have control of their bodies. Meaning give you free shit, meaning give you free abortion. You don't have to pay for it yourself. You don't have to be responsible for the consequences of your actions. You go out, you get fucking knocked up, and somebody else has to pay for you to have it extracted so you don't have to deal with it. Okay, that's fine. Pregnant in the field. Have trial, will travel. Yeah. Encouraging the irresponsibility of women. Go out into the field and work in the field in some kind of job that requires you to be out for long periods exposed to nature in difficult, strenuous circumstances. What says responsible mother better than that? Next, the weakened patriarchy. Patriarchy? This is absurd. How does anybody even still use the word patriarchy? Notice all these women are ugly. I mean, even if they ain't fat, they're ugly. She's ugly and fat. She's just skinny and ugly. She could be fat. You don't know what's below the waist there or the breast line there. She could be a blob. She's certainly not skinny. She could be a blob too, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, they're only showing these women from the chest up. Everything tends to accumulate down below, so we don't know. But we do know they're all ugly. We do know that. Feminists tend to be ugly, disgusting pigs. And this is obviously true. Look at these ugly chicks. We know Trump was a misogynist. But this week was extreme patriarchy. What patriarchy? First of all, we had a patriarchy, but you dumb bitches destroyed it, and look what happened. Ruined the world, you dumb cunts. Now look at this ugly bitch, this ugly Indian cunt. Good God, that is one hideous woman. And look at how short her hair is. So, you're an ugly woman. So you're just going to cut all your fucking hair off and make yourself even uglier. So, yeah, that's a real smart move, honey. You're really going to get a man that way. Oh, but she don't want a man. Well, that's perfect. You've done the correct thing. Wonder Woman is a start, but Hollywood needs more female action heroes. Yeah, they're saying that now. They were complaining about this Wonder Woman bitch because she didn't shave her armpits and she was actually attractive. What did you think? They were going to pick some big, fat, disgusting 12-sandwich-eating pig woman to play Wonder Woman running around in skimpy skirts and shit? Who wants to see that? Even you bitches don't want to see that. Come on. Can you imagine that fat hog trying to jump 50 feet in the air or fly? Can you imagine a flying Wonder Woman and she's 300 pounds? I mean, what mystical energy is going to support that fat ass? Come on. Wonder Woman's a start. Why do we need more action heroes in fucking Hollywood, you dumb cunt you? Why do we need more? Look, the free market decides what action heroes will be in movies. If people want to see movies with women as leads, they're going to pay to see movies with women in leads. If they don't want to, they're not going to pay for it. It's that simple. People are going to produce movies, okay, the people want to see and they will make money. If they won't make money, they're not going to produce the movie. I mean, look at the disaster. That was that fucking Ghostbusters, huh? It was 4 ugly women basically usurping the beautiful, wonderful, awesome story that was Ghostbusters. I mean, that was a great movie. All male leads. It was wonderful. It was funny. It was hilarious. And, of course, then you had the social justice warrior president of Sony saying, I think I'm going to co-opt this and totally destroy the franchise and make it all about women. Yeah, let's make an all-women Ghostbusters instead of a sequel. Yeah, we saw how that worked out. It bombed. It lost money. It made no money. They were planning a sequel. They were planning freaking cartoons and a whole bunch of products and shit. That all went down the shitter. That all went down the toilet when they saw it didn't make any money. They were thinking it would make a ton of money in international sales. Nope. Turns out not every country is as gynocentric or feminist as America, and they didn't want to see that shit. They didn't want to see big, fat, disgusting women parading around as men. They make inferior men. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see Wonder Woman because despite what a lot of people might say, I thought she was hot. She looked good. She was in the role. She had a great body. She did a good job. And Wonder Woman is a very old character, by the way. Been around since the 1940s and is well established, so they could do that. But try it with some other new franchise. Try just out of the blue, just creating some female heroine figure and putting her in a movie and see how well she works out. Ain't nobody going to go see that shit, okay? So don't tell me, you ugly harpy. And look at her. She's a disgusting, ugly woman, probably single. I mean, look at these gigantic earrings that are so heavy they're pulling down her fucking earlobes, and this ugly face that she hasn't done anything to try and counter with a beautiful hairdo or makeup. She's just no makeup, zits visible, all these imperfections, and her hair is cut like a fucking man, and she's trying to talk about women in movies. Try to put your ugly self in a movie, bitch. Why don't you go be in a movie? This is what I love about these fucking feminists. They always want everybody else to do things they are not willing to do. Like, she's not willing, Hollywood should have more women in movies. Why don't you go open your own production studio, okay? Why don't you go open your own movie studio and produce your own female-led movies with female heroines, okay, and see how well it does. And why don't you put your money where your mouth is, you ugly bitch, and why don't you put yourself in that fucking movie? See how well that movie does, huh? It'll bomb. And, of course, she'd lose all her money. But she has no problem telling everybody else what to do with their money and how to spend it and how to allocate it for her cause. See, this is the narcissism of feminism. The whole world revolves around these people, and they don't stop to think about the type of consequences that their little ideological moves will have on other people. Yeah, Hollywood. Just put $120, $150 million into a movie that's going to bomb at the box office and make you no money. Because, of course, the whole point of making a movie is to make no money and just to push our feminist agenda. Yeah, honey, Hollywood is not like the fucking media, okay? It's not where you got all these rich motherfuckers sitting up in their ivory towers funding things like the New York Times, which is losing $60 million a year. It's not making any money. It hasn't made money for years. Or CNN, which makes no money. All these fucking fake news networks that make no money, and they're sustained solely for the purpose of creating propaganda. You're not going to get that with Hollywood because people actually have to pay real hard fucking money, hard cash to go see these movies. And they're not going to go to see social justice warrior shit when they have to pay for it, okay? Hollywood is not a propaganda disseminating machine per se. They're trying to be, and they're losing money. And your idea will just lose them more. But you're a dumb, ugly cunt, and you'd like to tell people what to do with their money just to push your own agenda, so why not? Next story. Why did he get promoted? Because he was a dick. Sexism in publishing survey reveals widespread frustration. Why did he get promoted? No, honey, men get promoted because they're more aggressive. They're more likely to ask for a raise. They work, on general, they work a lot more hours than women. They work flex time. They work overtime. You know, they go in on weekends. They work at home. Women, they want to spend time with their family when they want to take off work and go be with their kids, or they took off years from the workforce so that they can have fucking kids. Men get promoted because they spend years, decades of uninterrupted time working in the same job, becoming very good at that job, becoming experts in that fucking job. They become specialists, baby. They become so good at that fucking job they can do it in their sleep. They're dreaming about it. They're thinking about it when they're eating their fucking breakfast and their dinner. And that's why they get promoted. Do you do that? No, you don't. People should be promoted based on meritocracy, on their merit, not because they have a vagina. Okay? So you thinking that you should be equally represented, it automatically assumes that you're doing as much work and are as valuable as that man. And you're not. So let's look at things on the basis of merit and not on whether or not you have a vagina. Next, how an independent bookstore took on anti-feminist trolls and won. Yeah, okay, whoop-de-doo-dah. Bookstore takes on anti-feminist trolls. You basically got a business there, sitting there, funded by a big global corporate or some small business owner who's got an agenda, and they're being supported by a lot of feminists, and feminists love to support their own causes. How about that Anita Sarkeesian bitch who got like tons and tons of money, like $150K or more donated to her to make a series of videos, or more accurately, movies about feminism, and she didn't even do it. She made like what videos she did make were poor production quality. I could have done in fucking an hour using Windows Movie Maker. So she basically ripped off a bunch of feminists, but they don't care. Yeah, so you're able to keep yourself afloat because feminists will pay big money to support their agenda, of course. Inequality and opportunity in America. Inequality. What are you talking about? Inequality exists because we're not equal. We can't be equal, you dummies. You try to push equality, and all you end up with bad people in the leading positions that drag a company down. What lies beneath the brave new world of feminist dystopian sci-fi? Bankruptcy? like those Alien Covenant movies and all those alien movies with the tough broad. That might have worked with Sigourney Weaver back in the 70s and shit, with third wave feminism kicking in, and second wave feminism kicking in, and women becoming much more aware of it, and all and wow, it's great, and they're going to the movies. But now men don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Those movies don't do so good. I mean, are you looking? They're not doing very well. They're not like big box office smashes like the first two movies. The Weak in Patriarchy. The Weak in Patriarchy, essentially unconscious from anger. There is no such thing as patriarchy. It's a matriarchy, you idiots. You've already created a matriarchy. Let's do a quick review of what we got here. Anita Pallenberg paid a high price for being a rock star. Yeah. More female victims. Give me a break. In science fiction, the future is feminist. If science fiction movies want to make no money, then sure, they can continue to try and be feminist. I don't think that's going to be the case, because they'll just go bankrupt. They'll go bankrupt. Sure, they might make more feminist movies, but they'll just go bankrupt. So it's not going to be the future for that long, unless new science fiction franchises keep opening up and then going bankrupt. Women can still have it all, can't they? Why do people continue to push this bullshit that women can still have it all? You cannot have it all. You can't have it all. You can have one or you can have the other. You can't have both. Because here's what happens. When you try to have it all, you get inferior quality in everything that you do, okay? So if you try to work and have kids, you're a crappy mother, and you're not going to be as good at work. You're not going to make as much money. And so you're going to be mediocre in everything you do. Do you want to be that? And if you try to be just a working woman, you don't get to have kids. And if you try to be a stay-at-home mom, you don't get to be a working woman. But you cannot have it all. If you do have it all, you suck at it. Women's rights and gender equality, Gloria Steinem. Go fuck yourself, you fucking shill for the government and CIA cunt. Gloria Steinem. Trump has galvanized more activists than the Vietnam War. No. George Soros has galvanized more activists. People were not paying other people back then to be professional protesters, okay? People were not dumping billions and billions of dollars. The Vietnam War was a movement of a bunch of dumbass, young hippies, liberals who didn't support the war, and they were already a hippie movement to begin with, and just all got together and galvanized behind it because they kind of shared the same political vision and ideology. So that was, that was a no-brainer. That was pretty easy for them. And it gave them an excuse to organize and have sex and orgies and smoke marijuana and do LSD. This is nothing like that, you dumb cunt. This is just a bunch of rich people funding professional protest organizations, okay? You dumb cunt. Women have bad days, Vladimir Putin, but it's not because of our cycles. Well, sure it is. Come on, what are you talking about? It's not because of your cycles. You have you're calling your period cycles now. They've changed the word. So now it's cycles, is it? All right. If you say so. trying to take away some of the pejorative and negative imagery associated with it by changing the name to cycles. It's your period, bitch. You're bleeding all over the place. There's nothing pretty about it. You got to stuff fucking sponges up yourselves to keep yourself from leaking all over the place when you go to work, so we don't see red spots on your fucking dress. What's beautiful about that? Please. Bailey's Prize winner Naomi Alderman on Fame, Trump, and Wonder Woman. Enough talk about Wonder Woman. We don't want to hear any more about Wonder Woman. I'm tired of Hollywood making these movies either for the purpose of pushing an ideological viewpoint like feminism or of some kind of ideological movement trying to co-opt the movie and make it into part of their movement for their ideology, okay? Wonder Woman is not a vehicle for feminism. The movie itself has lots of disturbing imagery about male-female relations and what it says about men and women in many aspects of the movie. And you can pretty much believe that whoever made the movie was trying to push a feminist agenda. But it's not a vehicle for feminism. Because if it is, it's a horrible vehicle. Maybe it is a vehicle for feminism. Maybe they created it trying to make it a vehicle. If they did, it's a crappy one. Okay? Totally crappy one. We don't just need more black women in movies. We need more intersectionality. Oh, my God, intersectionality. What a bunch of horse shit. And we need more black women. Let me see if I can explain this to you people, okay? Putting these people in the movies isn't going to attract more of an audience of those people. Look, Hollywood puts people in movies that other people want to see and will pay for. If people will not pay for it, it will not be provided. You feminists, again, you like to think that everything out there exists to serve you and push your little agenda and make life even easier for you. You're so self-entitled, you want little robots to bring you fucking drinks in bed. I mean, you just want the whole fucking world to serve you. Well, I'm sorry, but people are put in movies because they attract audiences. The world has things called money, and people pay money for things they want. It's called a free market. You don't get to decide what people should want. They pay for what they do want. Did you keep watching Wonder Woman? Weep watching Wonder Woman. No, I didn't weep. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would I weep? I'm a man, you dumb bitch. I actually saw the movie. I didn't think it was bad. It was a decent movie. It could have been better, though, to be totally honest. But it wasn't a bad movie, no. But it definitely could have been better. There could have been more action. I thought the action was too little. There were a lot of problems with the movie. It was a good movie. It wasn't bad, but I certainly didn't weep. We need more feminism in the kitchen, not less. What are you talking about? Feminism is what keeps women out of the kitchen, you dumb cunt, where they ought to be. They ought to be in the kitchen cooking my fucking dinner and making me a sandwich. What are you talking about? Why I'm no longer talking to white people about race. It's probably why you're not talking to white people anymore, period. Racism is a white problem. No, racism is a race problem, you dumb cunt. And everybody's capable of racism, and not just white people, you idiot, you. Racism is adopting certain negative beliefs about other races, okay, just because of their race. And they're not true, okay? If it's true, it's not racism, for one thing. All right, now I can't say, for example, that Jews are cheap fucks. Now, some people might think that's true, actually, but that is a racist comment because there's no evidence to support that. And anyway, it's put in such a way as to be an insult and not a statement of fact. So we can say that racism is insulting things stated that have not been proven about a race. Racism is not things that are evidentiarily clear and that are posted in a way or put in a way that are factually true. You dumb cunt, you. I spent one night at St. Paul's College. I didn't sleep because I was genuinely scared. Yeah, you and me both, honey. The problem with college campuses today is all the social justice warrior feminist morons. They're destroying the country. How are we going to fix that? I don't know. We need to detach the myth of motherhood from the reality. More attacks on motherhood, of course. Myth of motherhood. It's really not that great. And you know, of course, this story isn't really about how motherhood ain't all that great. Yeah, just go out and get a job. Fill yourself with a career. Try to have it all and split yourself between work and your family, and then everything will be shite. Why there's nothing racist about black-only spaces. What? What? Of course it's racist. Because it's exclusionary. Because you are essentially excluding people. That's another definition for racist behavior. Excluding people, doing things to people that excludes them because of their race. You are taking physical action in the real world that affects someone negatively, affects them negatively, and excludes or bans them because of their skin color. That is the essence of racism. Now that can definitely be defined as 100% racist. But oh no, we're black people, so we're immune from racism. Well, where did that come from? If anything is a race, it's not immune to racism, and you can be as racist as anyone else. And you don't get to be racist just because some people a long time ago were racist to you. That's stupid. By the way, that's saying that two wrongs make a right. And it's not even two wrongs now. Nobody's wronging you now, and then you're wronging them back in self-defense. You're trying to rationalize and justify injustice now because of injustice in the past. And that's bullshit. Total bullshit. A period emoji could help girls talk about menstruation. That would be a big deal. Why do girls need to talk about menstruation? So we need to gynocentrivize everything in the world. So instead of having the world full of things that are male and masculine, we need to pepper it and cover it all in female. This is all about female worship, guys. This is all about women as gods, and we worship them. Fill all public spaces with fucking menstruation emojis. Everything is about women. Everything in the world is about women. Nothing is about men. So you become just totally desensitized to all of this female imagery. You become brainwashed into just it's driving me nuts. You essentially become a woman. I mean, if you're a man, you're being bombarded all day by all this feminist female imagery, and then you're not being exposed to anything masculine. This is just another attempt to put even more female garbage out there into the world and expose men to just that and nothing else and crowd out anything masculine. Urvashi Butalia, queer and trans women are essential to Indian feminism. Oh, no. Oh, my God. So feminism is like spreading like wildfire. I mean, it's just not all over Europe and decadent countries where people have nothing better to do. So they essentially focus on this crap. I mean, good Lord, you know, we've got plenty of food in the West. We've solved a lot of problems in regards to survival. You know, we're not out having to work 16-hour days in the fucking field, and then right when we get inside, we just drop almost like dead into a sleep so deep nobody will wake us from it. I mean, so we have all this free extra time. We're so decadent that we now have time to think about nonsense like queer, trans people. What does that mean anyway, queer, trans? Is that like you're transsexual, but like if you're like a fucking guy, but you want to be like a woman, and you become like a woman, but you're like still attracted to women, so now you're like a gay woman and trans? Is that what that is? What the fuck? Essential to end. Trust me, feminism is no way essential. So, excuse me. That is a list of some of the most recent feminist stories in The Guardian, which seems to me to be the epicenter of feminism in the media. And in the future, I'm going to do a weekly video reporting on the Marxist news of the day, which will include many subjects that are all cultural Marxism, including feminism, which holds a particularly special place in my heart for how much I disdain it, how much I hate it, how much it really, really gets on my nerves because it's such idiotic horseshit. I am the MGTOW philosopher. I wish you a good day. Take care.